Okay, I'm Angelique. I'm from Belgium, 28 years old. I'm happily married, and I'm a postdoc researcher at the University of Antwerpen in Belgium, where my main topic is investigating how the brains of astronauts and cosmonauts adapt to spaceflights. So during my PhD, I came in contact with spaceflight and astronauts, and it's something that has fascinated me ever since. So doing a simulation mission and an analog mission myself was for me a unique opportunity to, even though it's only for 2 weeks, to also feel how it is myself, and therefore I really wanted to do this. So yeah. So I'm the commander of this mission, which means that I'm in charge of basically the whole team and how everything is going. Also coordinating all the experiments, checking how everyone is doing. If there are issues, try to come to a solution for those issues. Scheduling each day and also checking with each crew member if they have enough time for a certain experiment or a certain task that they should do. Yeah, that's it. I'm not so much of a space movie, geek or enthusiast, so to say, but recently, from the recent space movies, I really enjoyed Interstellar a lot, and I've seen it already 5 times, I think, and I needed to see it 2 times or even 3 times to fully understand it, but yeah, I enjoyed everything about it, the sound, the visuals, the actors, the story, so I would say Interstellar. So I brought a cognitive experiment, which is called COGISO, which stands for Cognition in Isolation. Basically, I want to investigate how cognition at certain domains of cognition might change over the course of an isolation mission. I know it's only 2 weeks, but it's still interesting to investigate it, so I'm doing some cognitive test battery. In addition to that, I'm also collecting saliva samples to measure stress hormones such as cortisol and to see how they fluctuate over the mission. And then I'm also doing an experiment for another group in Belgium where they basically want to investigate the microbiota, so of the gut intestine, and to see how that changes over an isolation mission in comparison also with spirulina, so which is a food supplement. So some of the astronauts are taking real spirulina, 5 grams a day, and the others take a placebo, and they also want to compare if we can measure that in the microbiota. Ooh, that's also tricky. Yeah, I'm a huge David Bowie fan, and he made quite a lot of songs that refer to space, so I would definitely pick a David Bowie song, Space Oddity, or yeah. Life on Mars is not so my favorite. I don't really like the song that much, but still everything with Bowie related is fine. I have to say that overall I find it better than I expected. Or I find it more doable than I expected. I think the most challenging thing is the lack of personal space, because apart from the bed, we don't have anything where you can really be alone, so to say. I think this is okay for a 2-week mission, but if it would be longer, it's probably something that can at some point become too little personal space, I would say. Yeah. Oh, that's also a tricky one. I recently read some of the books that the astronauts wrote. So, for example, I'm now reading the book of Chris Hadfield. I read Scott Kelly's My 1 Year in Space, the book of Timothy Peake, which I enjoyed really a lot because it also gives some practical insights and anecdotes of space flights. I also read some of Stephen Hawking's book and Carl Sagan. Yeah, this is also super nice, but this is obviously a little bit more heavy. So I would say like just the standard, the standard books. But like I said, I really enjoyed reading the personal stories of the astronauts recently. Yeah. What I enjoy most is definitely the combination of the huge overload of science. I'm really a little bit of a science geek, and I really see it as a bit of a science camp, so to say. So I really enjoy that even though everyone is really doing their own thing, they're all measuring data and putting them in graphs and like analyzing what is going to happen or seeing how the plants grow or these kind of things. which I enjoy definitely the most. Yeah. Well, I really wanted to be part of an analog mission, so I already did that now. For the rest, yeah, I'm continuing my postdoc research, which is in the space field, so I'm attending quite a lot of space conferences, which are really interesting, especially, for example, when NASA presents their plans to go to the moon or to go to Mars. This is always really exciting, I think. Apart from that, I don't have anything in particular on my list, but I'm sure new opportunities will come, or at least that's what I hope. Yeah. It depends on what my mission would be. If they would send me to Mars for 3 years, I would say no. If they would send me to the moon for 2 weeks or a month, I would definitely say yes. Or, for example, to the ISS for 1 month. For me, the biggest thing is really the long duration. Things that go over 1 year. It's like, I really find it incredible that some people really devote their whole life to it, to be apart from their families and friends and everything on Earth. This is for me mind-blowing. And even though we were only here for 2 weeks, I find this really incredible that some people just do it, so to say. So for me, I don't think I would be able to do it. Or maybe I could, but I don't think I would want to sacrifice so much. So it depends on the mission that they will give me, I would say. I think, if you're really fascinated by space and you want to contribute, then just, look for opportunities to attend a space camp or to do an internship at NASA or to, an internship at ESA. There are a lot of opportunities for graduate students or undergraduate students, for example, to do something within the space sector. And I think also in the future, this is only going to increase more and more as commercial spaceflight is going to also develop probably exponentially over the next few years. So I think we need much more people in space, and I find it also very important to enthusiast the youngsters and children, and for example also girls, because they are still underrepresented in the space field. So it's very important that girls and women also understand that they can really play an important part there. So I think the most important thing is if someone is interested in space, that they just follow their passion and try to do as much as possible to get in contact with space. I think yes. I hope that I will still be alive to, to also experience it myself, not specifically to go there myself, but at least to see other people doing it, which I think should be doable. I'm quite sure that this will happen, but I'm quite sure that at some point we will go somewhere else and also settle there. Humans are super capable to adapt to new environments, and I think that this should be possible.